What's goody, everybody? It's full-time trip. We are unfortunately back in the building. Southampton 2, Arsenal 1 at the St. Mary's in the FA Cup quarterfinal, whatever the hell this is. We're out of it anyways. And oh my gosh, if I had a nickel for every time there was a bad cup performance, you know what I'm saying, in between national breaks or sandwiched in between those, I'd have 2 nickels. Not a lot, but I got 2. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those days. Like, I'm so annoyed. And the silver lining in this is that I still have time in my day to forget all about this. I got a great, you know what I'm saying, compendium that I got to continue to read through. Sorry for the advert, but shouts to Invincible. I'm going to be continuing to read this after I finish up recording all this crap to completely forget what I'm seeing. But yeah, what a crap game. What a crap game. What a crap performance. This is not the best time to be doing all this. I'll be honest. This is not the best time to be doing any of this. And I mean, there's so much to get into. I don't want to take up so much time because it's gonna ruin my mental health for the day if I really spend too much time recording this. So where do we even begin? Let's talk about what we didn't have and what we should always pay mind to and value. I'll start there. No Declan Rice. No Bukayo Saka. Saliba didn't start, but he came on for Gabriel, who came off. Didn't have our best players out there, in my opinion, or all of our best players. And with that, Zubimendi was included in that, also came on late. And with that, there is a certain level of defensive solidity that I get. Fatigue and tiredness has eroded at a tiny little bit considering the broad context of the season. But there's a certain level of control and defensive grit that helps us be the team that we are and can be when we're on our job doing our thing. The basics and the principles, the basics of what we do. You can see quickly that when we don't have those certain players or principles in, how crap it can be. Everybody's talking about, oh, this tier person's playing this, their person's playing that. They want to play free flowing this or that. I've seen a 7-0 or a 6-0, whatever, at Port Vale, but that's inferior size. I saw Liverpool get crushed 4-0 against City. Without a certain level of structure and defensive grit, you're not going to do well in this country. You're not going to do well in the English game. It's just how it is, especially at this point. And today, it was unacceptable. Today was unacceptable. It's plain as day as that. Unacceptable from the application, the efforts, the individual errors, the lack of intent, especially going forward and from many people. So much of it was unacceptable. And again, the players that we didn't have, obviously we're stuck without them in many different regards. But I don't want to focus on that too much. Again, they'll hopefully be back for Champions League games, for Premier League games, for whatever. But for today, with those players, that squad should have been enough to turn over Southampton, a championship club that I get the judges there, but you got to fight against it somehow. You got to break it somehow, man. From Cuco Martinez's only goal in club competition or whatever, down to the 3-3s and all this crap. I get it. They have Judge. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But a squad turning up like that is just so disappointing. You know, we can easily impose our will, but we find ourselves in these areas and these moments and these times where the players just don't know how to impose themselves. They don't know how to impose themselves, exert control. And it gets even worse when our starting lineup isn't fully there. Like, it's such a hard sell that you're like, damn, like Rice and Zubimendi, they start like damn near every game. Man, it's tough, whatever. And then you see games like this where, again, like, oh, we've gotten the handbrake off, we've gotten Odegaard, we've gotten Miles Lewis-Skelly, we've gotten Dowman involved and stuff like that. But then you look at the control from the collective in these games, and you're like, damn, I kind of get why they start Rice and Zubimendi. Kind of get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear to me from a tactical perspective it's there, but also from an effort and execution perspective, some of the performances showed why a lot of these players right now are relegated to where they are. pecking order, squad roles, whatever you want to call it, man. Just not a good performance, bro. I just don't. I don't even know. I can't fully register all of it in my mind of how bad it was, bro. Just again, the fact that the game was such a, we were getting done in by Route 1 football, players that I expect that can handle those types of situations, that have handled situations like that in the past this season, just melted away. It's not good. I don't even know, man. I don't want to harp on individuals too much. I might get onto that a little bit later, but just from a collective standpoint, I'm not even mad about the lineup, bro. I'll be honest. Like, call it what you want. People are going to call for the manager's head today, and as usual, they do the usual shtick or whatever. I don't think the lineup was that bad. Again, it opened the game up. Again, you're going to have chances to get forward, push forward, technical players to build through the middle, what have you. The physical presence isn't as there given the absences, but enough of a squad, enough of a lineup to beat Southampton. I saw people were happy with the lineup. I saw people happy with that as well. The only caveat, shout out to Deo. I was on stream just now with him and Egal Talks Football. Shout out to them. He suggested, like, yo, we might as well just start Gabriel and Saliba just to build momentum and just sub one of them off whenever it's time. And you know, I can't necessarily disagree with the logic, but I'm not mad with starting Mosquera either. I'm not mad at that either, you know. So I'm not mad at the lineup. Bar one person, but that's needs must apparently at this point. I would have started Harriman and Noose over that person, but we'll get to them. Yeah, it just was the application, and it just wasn't there. Credit to Southampton. They were on it. They had a plan. They committed to it. They stuck to it. Organized, disciplined, broke when they needed to, made things happen. They got their just reward. We got our reward for lacking, for being caught slipping. Simple as that. But it's just I don't even know how to make sense of it fully. I don't even want to egg this on too long, but I at this point I'm tired of saying, hey, this needs to be a wake-up call. They're getting awake. They're just getting slapped in the face by what's happening right now. Like, it's not good to lose 2 back-to-back cup runs. You know, one is a final, one is a quarterfinal. It's not good to do that. Arteta's record in these competitions is horrid outside of the 2020 FA Cup. Horrid. And that's something that we can be honest about, and I will never, ever sweep under the rug. Horrid. There's got to be a place where we can do something. But in terms of the performance today, we gotta take a look at some of the players in this. Have to take a look at the individual efforts in some of these and the collective efforts of that squad to execute. It can't all be in the technical area where the problems lie, in my opinion. It can't all be. The chances that we were creating, with the openings that we were making, final actions not on, all over the place, with the mistakes being made, the shakiness, the misplaced passes. That's an execution at an individual and team level. Arteta can't possess people, turn to Danny Phantom, and make some things happen automatically. No, he can't. It is a combined front of fuckery, basically. Honestly, I don't know what else I can call it in the sake of this. This is my channel, so I'm gonna cuss, whatever. But I'm just wow. I mean, I'll you know what, let's get into it really quickly. I don't have much time, so I'm gonna do it. I think we're already like 8 minutes on the damn video. Sorry about that. But listen, silver lining again. Kepa's Kepa. Only gonna take us so far. You know, it is what it is. Is that his last cup? You know what I'm saying? His last appearance for the Arsenal of the season? I don't know. Personal opinion, cool. If it is, let's get David Raya back in there as quickly as possible. That's just my opinion. Gabriel and Mosquera, again, just shaky at all over the place. Gabriel does get a silver lining because he made a very great line-breaking pass to get us that equalizer to get back into the game. But again, there was other things where just like the passes were wayward. Things just looked harried, rushed. Like, it just wasn't cohesive there. It just wasn't cohesive between the back units. Oh, excuse me. Mosquera with a lot more mistakes than not. Gabriel, again, had a lot of mistakes. Both of them had one silver lining moment. Gabriel with that, again, line-breaking pass. Mosquera with the recovery run after Gabriel made, like, the challenge on the long ball that just went straight back and caused some trouble. That's there. But, yeah, both weren't great either. Weren't even really, like, good, like, decent, but It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Miles Lewis-Skelly, again, I'm clamoring for him to get back into form. I'm clamoring for him to get back into rhythm. But with the mistakes, you spin a player, make him do the banana splits on the ground, and then you run into pressure a little bit and just pass it out. Come on, that's not comfortable. That's not you, bro. That's not you. Again, a lack of rhythm, I understand that to be expected, but there's a certain level of execution that you have to play through and play with. And it's just, it wasn't on for him, man. It wasn't on for him, bro. Not happening. Not happening. Ben White, listen, he was making Cienza look like making him look like a world-class footballer, bro. And it's just not good. Not good. So many things looked overcommitted, just overzealous in so many aspects, and just it felt like overcompensation. It felt like overcompensation. And he's having a bad patch right now because of all the booing and stuff around random dumbass England fans trying to boo him at XYZ. And if you are booing him, boo you. That just is what it is. But yeah, I think hopefully we understand he is a fantastic glass cannon at this point. We unfortunately are burdened by this because of the sins of the past and unfortunately mismanaging injuries or not mismanaging, but just having to live with the injuries of Tomiyasu and then Timber, and then he has to go through a season and XYZ. But now he's a glass cannon. In attacking scenarios, he is very useful, very helpful, helps us hum, helps us tick. But going backwards, going into the defense, going into all those things, he's missing things, has blind spots, is not as defensively sound as he was before. And he wasn't even like insane levels of defensive nows. But we're at this point where he's a glass cannon, and we have to accept that. Timber, get as much rest as you can, because again, if we need to close games out, maybe we'll bring him in. But Ben White, comparatively across the season, that's something that you worry about. That's something that you worry about for these games going into the end of the season, in my opinion. Martinelli got himself about, beat his defender, but wasn't doing as much. Again, some shots traded to keeper, other things slowing down the game with his touches on and on and on. If you're on the break, commit to something. I don't know why it only takes a standing position for about 20 seconds and then it loads in his head, oh, I can beat this player. I'm a dribble, then beat him. But if you're on the break and you know you can get the better of somebody with pace, or at least can make an attempt to, you don't. You just slow down all the time. Have to double consider. Check this, overthinking. And wasn't good. Kai Havertz was not good today. Aerially, I don't even know if he won much, at least from what I recollect, but just wasn't there until the assist. Until I guess we decided that it wasn't rocket science anymore. He makes a run, we feed the run, and somebody's there after the run to make something happen and connect. Shout out to Gyökeres on that as well. Gabriel Jesus, again, prepare your kneecaps for just observance from the general public, because we got to put them in a museum, bro. Your kneecaps are going into the Natural History Museum, and that's it. It's done. I love Gabriel Saliba for what he's done, for the words of encouragement that he speaks over this team. I got respect for that guy fully to the nines. From a competitive standpoint, he cannot be in contention to start games anymore for the remainder of this season, and that's bottom line. Cannot press. He doesn't have the jinkiness to dribble as effectively anymore. He's dropping deep for no reason. It's not happening right now. Considering some of the things that he was doing earlier this season, it's a far cry from where we were at then, let alone pre-injuries. So that's that. Really, again, only people that can hold their head up high that started the match were, at least in my opinion, Martin Odegaard, outside of the scuff shot and then the back heel that kind of went nowhere. But I think more of that goal was definitely Ben White's fault for just completely misjudging that. So people giving Odegaard stick for what I think is minimal reasoning. But I thought Odegaard put himself about, had good touches. Again, was controlling the game, was actually flowing through. It was just the missed hits on those usual ozone shots that he gets into that I want to see more of. But that looked at least slightly encouraging from an in-possession standpoint. I think the in-possession game overall from the team today wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the final third execution and the out-of-possession game that was just out of sync, out of whack, out of whatever you want to call it. And then Max Dowman. That's my man of the match, if we could even give a man of the match. I don't even want to give a man of the match to anybody, but my standout player is Max Dowman. The only person that consistently running at players, trying to make something happen, go, move through space. Somebody that has announced to draw fouls and again, get some possession when it was tight on us, when pressure was mounting on us. Slow down the game a little bit, get some possession, kick on, make something happen. In front of goal was a little bit unselfish. Need to be more selfish with some of the chances that he got. But overall, getting to the spots, trying to find chances, trying to be inventive, trying to make something happen. He was the person that showed the most guile and intent out of a squad full of senior players on big wages who have been here for years. To the players, wake up. To the players that are just, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. That's it. That's really it, man. Everybody else I can kind of give like whatever. I mean, Calafiori got spun on the second goal, so I can't really say like too much about that. Madueke was decent. Saliba was I think he was involved in the second goal as well, but I mean, everybody got spun. Everybody's just on like a bender after, I guess. Zubimendi, is what it is. Victor Gyökeres being at the right place at the right time again. 17 GA in I think all comps this season for club. But yeah, that is what it is. Like what can we say? What can we say? Just a really crap game. Just a really crap game. And I will say this. We cannot defend harsh against the claims and the barbs that are against us at this moment. And this is the unfortunate cycle that gets Arsenal derangement syndrome so much play and activity and volume, and what also creates and perpetuates Arsenal PTSD, which I'll talk about another time in another life. But we sit here in spots where the club don't do us any favors, and as fans, we can't really defend anything, so we're just forced to sit here and live with that in our ears, And again, to the club's credit, they put us in this position again. They put us in a position again where we can't defend that performance. We can't defend the crashing out of another cup against a championship side. We can't. It's as simple as that. The only thing that they can do at this point is, again, shut up, show up, and prove. I still think we're in a great position to win what is most likely, again, what is the most important trophy to all of us this season, if not most of us. Premier League. Nut up. Shut up. Nut up. Do whatever y'all gotta do. Lock in. You're in a good position in the league. Take everything as if it's going to be your last breath if you do not get over the line. Simple as that. That's where I'm at. Champions League, I expect we can do damage in there as well, but I need to see players healthy before I even consider talking about that. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. But for the rest of this season, it's just about intent. It's really just about imposing your will. Who wants it? Who wants it? Because we can sit here and I can talk about like woulda, coulda, shoulda, all this stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But from a managerial perspective, you're not putting out the lineups that can get the best out of these players, that can really, truly look to win these matches definitively, make subs that are proactive, that are productive, that consistently help us get the edge to win. Are you really imposing your will? As players, are you on the pitch making every decision, not second guessing, fully moving with confidence and impetus to win? Are you? Or are you just BSing? Are you just clowning? Are you just trolling? It's as simple as this. Do you want it or do you not want it? All the seriousness, all the unseriousness, all the tomfoolery, all this other stuff, it can keep happening if you let it. It can always keep happening if you let it. And I don't think this group want to let it. They cannot let the judge, whether it be Manager of the Month awards or Southampton or whatever, you can't let it get to them in the long run of this season. Lock in. I still have belief. But days like this, especially from an individual level, make it just a little bit harder to sit here comfortably. If anybody is sitting here comfortably. I don't know. I am very, very angry at this day, but I'm going to forget it very quickly because that's how I've managed to secure my mental health for the better for my life. But for the sake of everyone's mental health for the rest of the season, Arsenal, just lock in. Just lock in. There's nothing else to it. We can't sit here and defend people against saying, oh, you guys are not this, you guys aren't that, you know, whatever. There's unfortunately the track record of us falling short in a lot of different roles and areas. Fact of the matter, without context included, that's just a bare statement. I believe in us to change that narrative and get over the line and win the Premier League. That's the one that'll knock down the door. At this point, it is the only one that will truly knock down this door first. If we get the PLN, UCL, that's great. Especially from this position, the Premier League is priority. Especially from this position right now. Everything else, long-term talks, I don't know. Whatever, leave that for another day. I believe in these players, I believe in this manager, I believe in this whole crop. But at some point, they got to do things and show things that let us know that they believe in themselves too. Because days like today, days like the Carabao Cup final, just make you wonder, they sure they know where they're at? They sure? I know they do. But even in fights, even in moments, you might lose yourself in emotions. They have to be switched on. That's all I ask for. Switch on. Give every ounce for the badge. Get over the line. Let me know what you thought about the game in the comment section below. All that good stuff. I got a good book and food waiting on me, so let me get about y'all hair. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for all your time. I appreciate everybody, man. One thing I will say, I am appreciative of, to end on a more positive note. Shouts to everybody who's been rocking with me over the past few weeks, months, this season. You know, that one thing I will say is, for better or for worse, even though mental health and the stress of the season may be in the gutter, all the new folks, all the old folks that are, again, rocking with me, rocking with the content, all that stuff like that, rocking with the videos, just me yapping about Arsenal, the club I love. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. More than y'all know, honestly. This has been so fun. Everything. I mean, getting back into Wafflenomics this season with Wolfie and FNG, the whole crew on that side. I'll put a link somewhere here, a screen or description, wherever. All that stuff has been super fun. The videos, the cameos, all that stuff like that, talking to people. Like, it has been seriously so fun so far. And I'm hoping and praying, fingers crossed, that we get over the line. Fun that we'll have in the summer leading into next season, going to overdrive. But, you know, ain't nothing left to believe in back these guys, man. As detrimental as it is to my health, let's back them. That's where we at, man. My name is Full Time Trip. That's all the time that I got. But until next time, on Tuesday, I'll see y'all next time. CLYG!